Hey, hello there. I am Naneshwar, and today I'm making this video to talk about one of the important and one of the basic exam on the German language, namely Start Deutsch A1. So let's talk about this today in this video. So I will talk about this exam in different sections, and I would like to start with the introduction. What is this exam actually? So Start Deutsch A1. This is the exam which is conducted by Goithe Institute. Goithe Institute is a well-known international institute which conducts the exams. They teach the language, German language, and they offer the certification. So A1 is the level that every beginner has to do in the initially, and that's what we are going to talk about, like how you prepare for that exam, how is the exam pattern, and how you make sure that with the correct strategy that I'm going to tell you, so that you can use that and you will make sure that you will crack that exam 100%. Okay, so talking about the exam, so you can get to know about the exam pattern and everything from their side, but to talk about it in the nutshell, I will say that exam consists of the 4 different sections. Those are Schreiben, Lesen, Hören, and Sprechen. Simply as we have in many of the languages, you have to prove your ability to speak, write, read, and understand what someone is speaking here, basically. So yes, that's what the exam consists of, these 4 sections, and overall marking is out of 100%, and you will find that as per every section have the equal weightage, which is of the equal proportion. So that makes that each section is having an weightage of 25 percentage. So yeah, that's how the exam pattern is. Now, okay, so that was all about the exam and the institute that conducts the exam and who they are. Now I would like to talk about the exam content, what exactly you need to learn so that you can crack the exam. So to be honest, you will find many content available online. There are many channels on the YouTube which teaches very effectively, and some websites are also there which teaches the grammar language, and you will get the reading content from there also. But from my experience, I would prefer you, if it is possible, you apply an offline coaching somewhere in your locality. That gives you an advantage that you will have a peer there with whom you can practice, especially in the expression part where you have to speak, and being a foreign language, it gives you a confidence if you are doing the practice of speaking. There is a book from these publications, namely Netzwerk 9. They publish the books for all the levels, and for the A1 they have same. So they have 3 different types of books: course book, Übungsbuch, and the another book which is basically a vocabulary. In the German we call it Glossar. So you have to do a practice of all these things. Your course book and Übungsbuch, they are going to have a set of activities and the exercises for you to perform, and the Glossar will contain the list of the words that you need to remember, you need to know basically for this level of the A1. And then talking about the order of this sections, how it is conducted at the Goithe Institute. So first you will have your Hören section. You will be giving the audios, you have to listen them, and you have to write down the correct answers. Okay. Then you will be having a Lesen section where you read the paragraphs and then accordingly you solve it. Then you will be having your lesson. After following the lesson, you have your Schreiben and the same question sheet where you write down the letter or the SMS. I think it's only letter SMS is for the level A2. And you have to write down one application also, it's a part of your tile. And then at the end you have the Sprechen part where you have 2 tiles, and I'm not going to talk about in detail about what those tiles are. You can find that out easily on the Goithe site on the exam pattern description. So now finally I'm going to talk about my experience and some tips and tricks for you, some do's and don'ts for you. So I appeared for the exam last month, and so basically I didn't wanted to take an exam that after that much of time after I completed my learning course. But unfortunately Goithe, they have very selective dates available for the exam. So whenever you are going to appear for that exam, make sure that you book that slot 3 to 4 months in advance. It's really required. And this was the one mistake that I did. I didn't book the slot which was earlier, and that's what I had to wait for the 2 months, and that is not good actually for you. You do such a preparation and then you have to wait again for the exam. In the schreiben section, you have to write an email, and be careful about it. It's not just an email. You have to be mindful about the grammar. You have to be mindful about your sentence construction, the words, the vocabulary that you are using. Everything basically counts there in deciding your overall score. So yeah, so it's not about the score that you get. It's not going to make any difference. At the end of the day, it is just about whether you are pass or fail. If you are pass, you are going to get a certification and you will have the score written on it. If you are fail, you're not going to get anything. Simple as that. Okay, so I would tell like how I prepared. So I was doing a very thoroughly practice of not just an understanding the grammar, but I was remembering the words, and I was not just like reciting them to remember, but I was trying to use them whenever possible in my daily communication. I was going to my class offline mode, and I had my peers with whom I was doing and speaking practice. I was using those words, and then we were correcting each other's mistake, and that was really helpful exercise that I did, and through which after some time it becomes that you can fluently speak and the words will come out of your mouth without you have to much focus on it. So yeah, try to use the words in your daily routine wherever possible. That's the best way where you can remember it. And yes, so passing criteria for the exam is that overall, as I said, there are 4 sections and which contribute to your 100%. Each section has a weightage of 25%. So that overall contributes to the 25% each. So you have to score in each of them, but there's a twist. It doesn't mean that in each section you have to pass. Your cumulative scoring of all the sections should be above 60. That's the thing there. So that means if you are not able to score in one section, for example, inspiration, you score 0, but in your analysis in schreiben you have already scored your score is enough that your overall percentage is going 60. That's all, you're passed there. It doesn't mean if you have the 0 in schreiben you're failed. Okay, so that's the thing there. The overall passing criteria, the percentage is decided on the basis of cumulative sum of all the sections. Yeah, so with all that, I wish you all the best, and it's really easy to do, and it's also fun. You'll enjoy it.